Okay, everyone, on the chopping block, I have some sausage. This is actually some andouille sausage, and here is just some regular smoked sausage. And then over here, I have some chunks of chicken breast that I've chopped up. I've already put on some table grind black pepper, as well as some chicken bouillon. Anytime you make chicken, I think you should season it with chicken bouillon. The same goes for beef. When you make beef, season it with beef bouillon. Those things increase the meat itself because it was already have some of those ingredients incorporated in it. So you might as well use it to enhance the flavor. Okay, so I'm going to put this over into a pot and sear it because today I'm going to be making a chicken and sausage soup. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Okay, I already have the meat on. Some of it has a nice char on it, and that's what you want. If you don't want to sear the meat and get a char on it, you can just go ahead and put everything in the pot and boil it in the water if you want to. But I personally don't like that because when you boil chicken, that takes all of the juices and the flavor out of the chicken. I don't know if you guys have ever had soups from a can. I won't mention the name of the company because, somewhere down the line it may become a sponsor or something like that. But anyway, but the chicken is dry in the soup, and that's because I think it's boiled, because when I've boiled chicken before, it gets tough. But if you go ahead and sear the chicken a little bit to lock in those juices, that'll make a much more flavorful soup. Actually, it'll make any dish more flavorful, as well as like when you do chicken salads. If you're boiling the meat, I ask that you not do that. Go ahead and roast your meat, pan fry it a little bit. But for chicken salads, roasting it in the oven would be a lot better with some awesome herbs. I have a recipe called Kickin' Chicken Salad that involves Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. I'll have to get that out to you guys. But anyway, back to this dish here. Let me go ahead and add the sausage in. Okay, and I'll get this going and I'll be back. Okay, to my soup, I'll be adding turnips, celery, some onions. That's also the bottoms of some green onions, the scallions, and then I have some shallots as well. I'll also be adding some cabbage in, but let me get this in first, and then I'll add the cabbage in momentarily. All right, whew, that is looking good right there. Okay, just pan around the pot. Let me get that cabbage. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and add some cabbage to this. I always have chopped cabbage on hand because it's just one of my favorite vegetables. And I eat it raw, and I make some of my mellow mayo dressing and eat it like a coleslaw. So it's just very yummy to me that way. There's always cabbage. Okay, I think that's good enough. And then I'll get this all mixed in there. And then I'm going to be adding some water and then some more chicken bouillon, as well as some cooking wine in here, just to increase the flavors. Everything is always about flavor. If it wasn't, I wouldn't call myself dishing out flavor. And I do that because I feel that when you're dieting, people say keto, low carb, it's a way of life. Every time you change something about yourself is a way of life. That phrase never really makes sense to me because you're making life changes, whether you're doing keto, low carb, but people act like there wasn't any type of dieting before keto and low carb came around. So, my thing is, everything is life changing. If you're changing something about yourself, It's life-changing. Therefore, it's a way of life. You decided to do something else with your life other than what you was doing before to better help yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, let me get back at it. Okay, I'm adding in my water. And I'm also going to add in the cooking wine. Give me just a moment. Okay, let's put the cooking wine in. And I started adding cooking wine to my different things because it just increases the flavor of everything. It's just a brew of clear liquid seasoning. I mean, it's awesome. The fact that it's 0 carbs, guys. 0 carbs, 0 fiber. So why not add it to your food if it's going to increase the flavor? I love that. Okay, let's add in some bouillon. Just sprinkle that in. That should be about maybe a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half. But for 4 cups of water, that's going to be in here. I'll give it a taste after it's done some simmering to see if anything else needs to be added. I'll definitely add in some more pepper into this. I love that table grind pepper in my soups. All right, guys, back in a moment. That is looking delicious. And I added the black pepper like I said I would. Guys, if you could smell this, so good, and taste it as well. All right, I'm gonna let this finish boiling for like maybe 3 more minutes and pretty much call this done. Yeah. All right, that is done. I'll just let that calm down using a residual heat. All right, people. Woo. I'll put this in a bowl and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, this is yummy. So good. So good.